you for joining us for another episode of Shalanda Says. Today I have with me my special guest, Tabetha McNeal. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for
Right.
having me.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into the question of the week?
Of course. I'm Tabitha McNeal, as she said. I am a actress, a writer, a producer, a director. Let's just say I wear many hats. I've always been interested into the arts. So even though acting is very much at the forefront of what I do, always been into the arts, was in band, was in chorus, everything surrounding the arts, I was in there.
Yeah, fun.
um, Yeah, so I also host my own talk show, which is called The Next Step with Tabitha McNeal, where I interview actors, creators, producers, writers, and more about their journey to success. I like to see the journey before the success, so that's what my interviews are all about. Definitely for the culture, so anybody can watch.
Oh, cool. Great. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into our question. So, the last time we both talked about having a background in children or liking children. And today we actually
Yes.
have a question from a teenager. And he says, should I tell a kid at school why I don't want to hang out with him, or should I just stop talking to him? So, what do you think, Tabitha?
So I always get my advice from movies or plays. And one of my favorite plays is I think it's Medea Goes to Jail. And Medea talks about very clear communication when it comes to friendships. One of my favorite parts is that, he talks about how if someone is doing you wrong, you don't want to hang out with them, let them know. I think there's always a reason behind something. And it's like maybe if that person did something wrong to you, you can be like, hey, this right here, not gonna work for me. If we're gonna be friends, like you gotta stop all of that. If you care about me enough to stay in my life and be my friend, this right here has to stop. And if it does stop, then we're cool, we're great. But if it doesn't, me and you not gonna work out, we can't hang out. Simple as that. So having very clear communication, especially as a child, will be better for when you're an adult. So if you don't want to hang out with that person, definitely tell them. It's fine. They're not going to get their feelings hurt. There are so many people in the world, like this one little friend is not going to destroy you at
Yeah,
all.
and yeah, then after high school, they may not know each other after.
Exactly.
Anyway, how many friends do you still have from high school?
Maybe too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I agree totally. Communication is very important. And with this child being a teenager, I'm pretty sure they're all into, or most of them are into social media and
Yeah.
being online. But some people have lost that person to person connection. And since they are hanging out, since he said a kid at school, then I
Mhm.
assume that there's been some interaction that's troubled him for him to ask this question. And at a young age, yes, it's very important to learn how to do that face to face dialogue. So,
Yeah.
yes, he should definitely go to this particular individual and take him to the side and talk to him. I know when growing up, I saw kids confront each other in front of everybody, and it just got blown out of proportion. So
Right.
definitely take the kid to the side and have a big boy or young man conversation and tell
Mhm.
him what's bothering you. That way he can talk about how he feels as well and just do it in private.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely communicate. Starts young.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, the friend might even not know that they're doing that to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if they don't know, you're not going to get your answers.
Yeah. And then if he's the type of person that doesn't want to change or doesn't admit to whatever he's doing that's annoying or disrespectful, then you
Right.
have to rethink your friendship there.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. You have anything else to add?
No, I think that was a really great question, especially during right now with COVID. It's just like making sure we have very cool communication because we're on Zoom right now, especially if you are a student right now. It's like, son, I would just need to come and text you. I'm not coming over there, but we just need to have a phone call and talk about this now
Yes, talk about
before this is over.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I can tell the child must value the friendship in some kind of way to ask, how do I talk to this person? Yeah, but
Exactly.
I don't. Oh, this reminds me of something a lady said to me. So she was having issues with some of the other military spouses. I don't know if I mentioned this before. I am a military spouse.
Yeah.
And I was talking with another military spouse who was having issues with a military spouse within our circle. And I was telling her to talk to the lady and have you all talked about it. And I'm the type of person I believe we should let people know how we're feeling.
Hmm.
She replied to me, well, the good part of being a grown up or being an adult is I don't have to talk to another person and reason things out. And I thought, that's immature though.
Yeah.
It's obviously bothering you because you're talking to me about it, but you're rationalizing, well, I'm an adult and I don't have to address the issue if I don't want to. Well,
Yeah.
then stay mad,
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly. And I think that comes across with, again, not having very clear communication
Hmm.
when you're younger. I mean, I talk to my friends all the time and tell them, "Hey, what you said yesterday wasn't cool." And they're like, "Oh, I didn't know. Sorry." Boom, we
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah, because half the time people don't even realize they're being offensive.
Yeah.
You know, I know sometimes people will say, I don't mean to be offensive, or that
Mm.
little saying people, that little disclaimer they
Yes.
put before they say the rude comment. But most
Yeah.
of the time, most of the time people don't know, they don't realize they're being offensive because we deal with different personalities.
Yeah.
And what my friend over here likes, you may not like it and I may not realize that. So yeah,
Exactly.
again, we're back to clear communication, even
Hmm.
in high school.
Yeah. And it's even more when you are an adult, because now it's like we're dealing with bills,
Yes.
like
All
the
these
whole
stressors.
family.
Yes.
Yes, all these stressors and trauma and triggers, and you
Mhm.
just never know what's gonna set somebody off. So
Yeah,
it's just kind of like,
exactly.
hey, woo, I didn't grow up that way. Sorry.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Yeah, well, thanks again for coming. And
Thank
I
you
would
for having me.
definitely, yeah, I would definitely like to have you back in the near future.
No, I would love that. Thank you so much.